And we are live. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to Conversations on Content. My name is James, and I am joined here by my friend Adrienne from Adrienne Rose. And we are going to be talking about how to add merch to your content strategy. And it's something I'm excited to do. I did a little bit of merch. In fact, I'm wearing some today on my storage scavenger channel. You got your bee on. But I never really did a whole lot with my merch. I just made a couple of quick designs, and I know there's better ways to do it. And that's what we're going to talk about today is how to add merch to your monetization strategy and your channel strategy. So we're having fun.
You don't need a specific amount of followers or anything to start your own merch shop.
Yeah, one of the great things, I've been doing this whole series this whole week on things you can do to monetize your channel with under 1,000 subscribers. They're all things you can do from day one with 0 subscribers, 0 following. And merch is one. You can start it. It doesn't have to be, it's not going to bring in tons of income right at the start. As you grow your audience, it'll start growing, but you can start doing it from day one. And that's one of the things I love about all these things.
I absolutely encourage people, even though they think that they don't have enough followers or whatever, to start your merch shop now, because you never know, like, what one video or whatever. Because this video today is for anybody. You don't even have to have a YouTube channel to start your own merch shop. It's for anybody, and you don't need to wait.
I mean, you don't even have to be a content creator in period. Anybody can start a merch shop.
You never know when, like, you're going to get enough followers, so you may as well have it ready to go right away.
Yep. So fantastic to have you today. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I used to be such a timely person, and now I struggle to make appointments on time in my own house. How about you?
We're doing well. Things have been kind of crazy. We had to reset our internet right before the show started, so that kind of put us behind, but we are doing fantastic. So things are going well with the family. We're getting ready for Emily has some more doctor's appointments next week. No, the week after next. And so we're going to be doing some more traveling. But other than that, we're doing well.
Right on.
And we're working on, part of what brought this about is I'm working on setting up my own merch with this channel. I'm working on redoing some of my merch on the other channel. And I know you've had more success with merch than I have. So I wanted to invite you on to chat about how to do it more successfully so that maybe we can do a little bit better with it. So, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to tell other people about merch as well. So where do you get started when you start thinking about doing merch? Where would you start?
Well, first you definitely have to have, an image for your merch, and you could, have a logo, you could have a photo, you could draw something yourself or pay someone to make something, or I don't personally recommend this myself because I just don't love it, but you can still also use free to use images. And that's the biggest part of getting started, is having something to put on these t-shirts or whatever.
Yeah, you have to be careful though, because even some free to use images do have some copyright. So we want to make sure that we are careful with those.
And that's why I don't often really recommend that specifically. Just go to Fiverr or something and pay $20 or whatever to have someone design you a logo or something that represents you or your channel or your business.
Right. But one of the things that I've come to realize about merch is it's a great branding opportunity, but it's more about creating something that is very compelling. It's just like a thumbnail. It has to be compelling, and it's got to get people's attention and be something that people want to wear. They're going to be seen wearing it. People aren't going to buy something that they're not going to want to wear. So it's got to be something that's going to entice people and make people want to wear it. And I love your bee. I'm still waiting for the Stewart merch to come out.
Yeah, I'm waiting on a friend. I requested a friend to draw something up. She's having a lifey life right now, and so it's just taking a little bit longer than anticipated. But
So
I
did you
could
get your
draw
bee?
it.
Did your bee come from Fiverr? Is that where you got it
No,
from?
I drew my bee.
You drew it yourself? That's
Hmm.
cool.
And I have
Another.
two designs in my shop right now that I've drawn.
So we are talking about, and these links are also going to be in the description right there. I just dropped in the chat a link to Fiverr so you can check it out. It's a great place to get graphic designs, video wise. I heard somebody on Fiverr to design my storage scavenger logo. A lot of my graphics and stuff I've done myself. It's one of those things that when it comes to graphics or anything of that nature, you have to work within your budget. So I do a lot of the work myself, but when I have the money and if I have some extra money, I will pay somebody to do that kind of stuff for me. And it's like, even with like thumbnails and stuff like that, it's one of my goals to get to a point where I can outsource that and pay somebody else to do it. But if you've got to do it yourself, you've got to do it yourself. I'm working on some for this channel right now, and I'm using Canva. And I have Canva Pro, so I can do a little bit more with it. But I love Canva's got some great tools that you can actually use to design your merch.
So I haven't actually used Fiverr before. Could you give us a couple just really quick tips about using Fiverr to make sure you're getting
That
a
when you go to Fiverr, you want to kind of go through the merch, look at the gigs that you're hiring for. So if it's for graphics, you want to kind of look. They usually should have some examples of their work. You want to look and see that. Users on Fiverr, when you do a gig, when you finish a gig, you get the opportunity to leave some feedback. So you want to look at their feedback, see what kind of feedback, because I've avoided some gigs by looking at the feedback and seeing that they may have had some good sales, and it shows that they've done a lot of sales in their Fiverr account, but it also shows that they've got a lot of negative feedback with not being timely with their orders or not being able to fulfill the orders and stuff like that. And then it's just about communicating as much as you can. I found that the more detail that you can kind of give them of what you want, the easier the gig is for them to fulfill. If you're just very vague and general in what you want, it's going to be harder for the designer to design something that's going to be really pleasing and satisfying for you. And be upfront and let them know. This is another thing. Let them know where it's going to be used. So if you're designing a logo or a merch, let them know this is going to be used on merch so that they know that logo needs to be at a resolution that can translate well. The higher the resolution your merch images are, the better it's going to translate over onto the merch and the higher the quality is. Like this one, I did this one with the store scavenger. I used a different site for getting it, and I was not pleased with it. That's why we never pushed our merch much. Part of it was my design skills weren't that great, but part of it was the images didn't translate well to the printing techniques that they used, and so it looks really faded, and the imaging just was not high enough quality to do that. So you want to make sure you have a higher quality image with your merch to really get that. With Canva Pro, you can set that quality image to the highest resolution that they allow, and they turn out pretty well.
What I recommend people do when they are searching for a designer is to go through logos or images that you like and look at that style, and then you can provide the designer, be like, this is the kind of style that I really like. Can we make something similar to this? Obviously different, not the same, but I like this style. And I think that's really important to help give your designer an idea of where to go.
Yep. And so once you have, and you can also do, it can be an image design like yours is your bee. In fact, let's show, because I've got it already on screen share here. This is Adrienne's Spreadshop account. This is what we're going to talk about next, is your Spreadshop, which is where you put your merch and how you sell your merch, create and sell your merch. So you got two designs here. You got your bees, and it's just like a little swarm of bees, and I think it's a really cool layout. And then you have just the single bee, and you can see right here, she's got her branding right here for Farmstead Smith. And so it can show up in a variety of products. So one thing I see is I went through your store because I snagged your store earlier. You don't have like coffee mugs or any of that kind of stuff in here.
I just
like the shirt and the clothing merch.
I'm working on making the design suitable for the coffee mugs because some of the merch has different sizes of things. Like, for example, some of the coffee mugs are wrap around. And so I wanted to take an image and make it to where like the image could be on both sides of the coffee mug.
Yeah.
And so I just haven't got far yet.
I'm a coffee drinker. I drink coffee to like 24/7. So if I'm going to buy merch, I'm going to buy coffee mugs. I look for coffee mugs. I don't wear that much merch as far as t-shirts and stuff very often. But I love the coffee mugs. I collect coffee mugs.
But yeah, so let's talk about Spreadshop.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about next. In fact, if in the pinned comment, for those of you that don't know, that didn't see, in the pinned comment, there is a referral link to Spreadshop to set up your own merch store. And that's actually Adrienne's referral link. So she gets credit for those if you set up through her link. That's how I set up my Spreadshop earlier this week, was through her link. So
we could probably take down the screen share now.
Yeah, I'm about to take it down. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. There we go.
So once you have your image, you can use, there's various, so these companies are called drop ship companies, which means that you don't have to manage the inventory. You don't have to buy something beforehand. Like you don't have to buy inventory. You don't have to store inventory, and you don't have to do the shipping. So they're called drop shipping companies. Yep. And what I like about Spreadshop is that once you do get to, I think it's 10,000 or 30,000. I think it's 10,000. Once you get to 10,000 subscribers on your channel, you can integrate Spreadshop with your YouTube channel, and you'll have a merch shelf, and that'll show up on some of your videos, underneath your videos, or on your channel homepage, etc.
On your live streams.
And so that's why I chose Spreadshop for my company.
Yeah, they have that integration, and it's 10,000 subscribers, because that's when you hit 10,000 subscribers is when YouTube unlocks the merch shelf on your channel. So and it's a great way to promote your merch and to get it out there. But even if you don't have a YouTube channel, you still get a link to your shop, so you can share it with anybody, anywhere, any way you do. You can share it on your Facebook profile. You can share it on any social media platform. Mm-hmm. And so it's not connected to just being a YouTuber. So if you're not just a YouTuber, because I have, this show is more content based and not just YouTube based. So I talk to different people on different types of content. And even if you're not a content creator, if you just want to create merch for fun or whatever, you can do that. I have some friends of mine that run a charity that we work with because of our daughter, and they do their own merch that they then offer to the members of the group. And that's one of the things that they use to raise funds for the charity. So there's endless ways of promoting and creating your own merch.
Yeah. And so once you have your image, you just go and open your account on Spreadshop, and it's a very simple process. They have a walkthrough for the entire thing, and you take your image and you put it on whatever merchandise that you feel fits your what you want to portray for your business or your channel or whatever. It's very, very easy.
And you can kind of see Adrienne's store there. I like the way your store, for some reason, my store doesn't look the same way yours does. As I'm just setting it up. I haven't even published it live yet, but like mine is just like the list of clothes, but I see yours has your design and then your clothes. I guess you set that up I haven't figured out how to set that up yet.
Yeah, there's various settings that you can change the aesthetics of the shop homepage, and if you mess around with stuff, you can figure it out. It wasn't something that I saw immediately. I had to really like look around.
Yeah. So, but I'm liking Spreadshop, and I've been looking at Spreadshop. I've used one of their competitors. That's who did our storage scavenger stuff, and the quality was just not that good. The quality of the product that we got was not that good. That's part of why we never really pushed it that much. I like the Spreadshop quality of their products. I've ordered some merch from Spreadshop from other people using Spreadshop, and the quality of their clothing is a lot higher quality. The prints are higher quality, and so that's one of the advantages to using Spreadshop. They've been around for a long time. They've been known as Spreadshirt, but they've just recently added in Spreadshop to allow more distribution in other ways, I guess.
What's really nice also about Spreadshop is that so sorry, brain fart, is that they ship almost to every country in the world. So like you don't even have to be just in the US. Your viewers or friends or whatever don't have to be just in the US, and they can still support you, or you can send it to whoever, wherever. They have a list in their facts somewhere about where they can and can't ship it. Basically, it's almost every country.
And do they have a way? I'm just starting to set them up. So do they have a way that, like, okay, I'm creating my own merch, but maybe I want to order some for my own giveaways for my own stuff, and I want to order some. Do they have a way for us as the creator of that merch to order our own stuff without having?
Yeah, when you go through and you order it, it does it just the base price for yourself.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really nice. That's how I got my.
I haven't gotten to that point yet. I was just curious because I know some of them do, and some of them you just basically like have to buy it from your own shop, but then you get part of it back when you get paid your portion of it, which is kind of a stupid way to do it. If you ask me, if I'm going to get the money back, why do I have to pay it up front? But some of them
think if you're signed in, it knows it's your shop. I mean, I don't know the technicalities of it, but I didn't really like super make sure what I was doing, and it just gave me the base price, and I thought that was really nice. But I do suggest when you're looking into different dropship companies that you kind of do some research and look at reviews. There's some, I've used some in the past. We're not going to name names. Some people don't have issues, but where the image is washed off in the wash.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is not okay. And usually the company will be good about, if your customer goes and complains, they'll usually give them a replacement. But it's like, I don't want that to happen at all. So far, I haven't had that issue with Spreadshop myself.
Yeah, I've been talking to other people, and most of the people have said that Spreadshop is really good. Have you had any issues with like their customer service with deliverability? How long is it taking? Like if somebody orders a shirt today, how long is it going to take them to get it? What kind of customer service issues or do you know of any that they've had with Spreadshop? Hey, Matt.
I feel like the shipping is much quicker than the other company I have had experience with. And so far, I haven't had any issues to need to deal with customer service. But the company seems really friendly on Twitter and stuff, because I tag them in my posts when I talk about Spreadshop, and they seem really supportive and awesome.
In fact, they gave you an opportunity. I wanted to let you talk about what are they doing for you?
I wasn't really advertising that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well, sometimes though they do open opportunities when you communicate with them on Twitter and tag them in your posts on Twitter and stuff. So that's a cool thing.
Really cool opportunity once you get hooked up with Spreadshop. And if you look in the pinned comment, that's a referral link from me. So you can be an affiliate with Spreadshop as well. And so like that's another really quick way to make a couple dollars is looking up
Mhm.
affiliate programs for whatever companies that you like. Hint, hint.
Yeah, last week we talked about affiliate marketing, and that's I got to get. I've already submitted my application to sign up as an affiliate for them, so I'm waiting on the approval to go through. Um, but that's another thing, I talk a lot about affiliate marketing. That's how I started in online business, was with affiliate marketing. And so affiliate referrals, as well as then getting your own merch out there, and being able to show it off. And the great thing about merch, one of the great things for me about merch, is you're getting paid by other people, who your viewers, your customers, for the right to market your business. Because really, that's what your merch is. It's marketing for your business, and people are paying for the privilege. Instead of you having to pay somebody to market you, they're paying you for the privilege of marketing for you.
Yeah, I think, I mean, almost every company, almost, not all, almost every company has an affiliate program. And what I like about Spreadshop is that if someone signs up, then you can get a small, tiny bonus for them signing up. And I think that's a great way, once you have some sort of following who might be interested in also setting up a Spreadshop, to get more, a little bit extra dollars, not just selling your merch, but also getting other people to the company.
Cool. So yeah, we are working on setting up some of our own designs and creating our own merch, and it's something I think everybody should start doing, and just put it out there. And you can just use your logo, or you can create a special design. Like, I love your bee design. I think it's really, really cute, and evidently other people do too, because I know you're selling some. In getting it out there. And it's not just about your branding, though. Sometimes it's just about putting a cool design out there that people like and that people want to buy, and still support you at the same time. So if anybody's got any questions about how to create your merch or how to set up your merch, start leaving your questions in the comments. We're going to take some questions.
And I
I'm
do have a
excited.
deep dive tutorial, which I think you put in the description on my Adrienne Rose channel.
Yeah, there
And
is a link to that video where she went more in depth into it. I actually watched that video as I was setting up my own merch. So
yeah, and
eh,
Spreadshop really liked the video, so that was really nice. They're very responsive, which I think is really great too.
that's great. And
If you do have a following and you're wondering, like, well, what do I put on, my merch? I don't know. You could always ask your viewers or your friends, be like, what the heck represents me? And what should I put on a t-shirt? Sometimes images do well. Sometimes like a phrase that you say might do well. I have some things in the works that I need to work on, and the requesting from my frequent viewers. And so that's a way to get more ideas of what you can put on your merchandise.
yep. And sometimes you get known for a phrase that you repeat over and over and over again in your show, and you could use that then in your merch, and it's part of your branding. Anything, an image that you say, or like, I'm doing, like, what are, kind of the core value propositions of my channel is, like, for me, it's, creating content, inspiring others, and growing your channel. So I'm doing one that's create, inspire, and grow. And then it's got my logo there. And that's one of the ones that I'm working on. I'm trying to get it tweaked out, just looking the way I want it. But so you can use text, you can use images, you can use a combination of the two. And I've seen some people that do their merch that's just their company logo and branding. And I mean, it's just overt advertising. It's just, here's my channel name, and here's my YouTube. Go check me out on YouTube.
Yeah, and it's just
And
nice
they're
to
making
have.
sales for that merch.
It's just nice to have something where people who support you, they can, go buy something and they get something. It's not just a donation, and
Mm-hmm.
you'll get a few dollars, and then they'll get a super cool short shirt to represent and support you as a creator.
Yep. And that's a great way to do it. And I see a lot of people that do things like, I mean, like a lot of other creators, you just have it available, and then other creators buy your merch, and then they wear your merch on their show, and that's kind of giving you some advertising on the channel, on their channel, for your content and for your merch.
Yeah. And when you do have other channels as supporters, that is a really awesome thing, because most channels want to support their fellow niche channels, because
Yep.
we're not in competition. We're all co-workers. We're all trying to do the same thing.
And like, I mean, like me, when Jessica's like, hey, we've got this much money in our clothing budget, I'm like, I don't want to go to the store and buy stuff anymore. Now I'm wanting to buy merch from other channels and buy clothes that way, so that I can help support other channels that we're supporting, as well as doing those things. I've got several people's shirts I've already bought. I've got more I want to. So, and I don't see any questions coming in. I'm trying to think what other questions I might have had about merch. I'm trying to get my designs going, and that's one of my biggest issues right now. I like your kind of white background. You said something in your video interesting about what's the purpose of having that white outline around your images.
So basically, I'll just sit up here a little bit more. Basically, I put it so it kind of looked like a sticker. I kind of think that's a cute look myself, but also what the benefit of is having a white outline is that I can still put this on, say, like a blue shirt like this, and the wings aren't going to disappear. I could still put it on a dark shirt, and the legs aren't going to disappear. And so that just makes my image more versatile for more colors.
So that's a great thing in your design. Try to get those really either a white or a bright color that'll contrast with those dark colors. So when you're putting it on dark, because that's one of the things that I found that like when I did my scavenger one, my scavenger logos looked really, really good on some colors, and it looked really, really bad, especially on the dark colors. It didn't look very good because I didn't do that. So that's something that I'm taking into account as I'm creating my own merch.
Yeah, if you don't know, you don't know. But that's why, we have me, and I can tell you all the things.
And a lot of things, it's just like your content. Think about it like your content. You're going to put something out there. It may or may not sit well with your audience. You tweak, you adjust, and you try again. And don't just do one or two and say, oh, well, it didn't work and we're going to quit. Keep trying and keep tweaking and keep improving it until you get it dialed into really connecting with your audience, and it'll grow. It's going to grow with time. It's just like anything else that we do. The ability to sell it is going to grow as you get better at doing it. And that's where, we hire somebody to do more professional designs and get it looking even better and higher quality resolutions. There's a lot of little factors that can add up to big changes to improve what you can do with your merch. So this has been fun and exciting. What else is going on with you besides just, I know you're doing merch. What else is going on with you?
As far as
YouTube live.
Before we change the subject, what did I want to say? I wanted to say something. If you're watching this on the replay, please be sure and leave any questions or comments that you have about this. And James and I will do our best to help you out. And we're really excited because we want you to be able to do, a lot of us have the purpose of creating some small revenue stream from our YouTube channels or whatever content that we make, or just because. And we want to help you through that process. I haven't made like a ton of money or a ton of sales, but I have made some. And that tells me who are my really big supporters, who I really need to appreciate if they let me know they buy it. I can really thank them. And then if they are also creators, I can be like, this person bought my merch, and so you should probably check out their channel because they're awesome supporters. So you can give them a little bit of shout out. There's so many avenues that you can go and appreciate the supporters who support you.
Yep. And I think that kind of brings up a point. I think a lot of people get into this and we start talking about monetization, especially as a small channel. And people kind of have an unrealistic expectation to a degree of what they can do with YouTube when they're really, really small. Your focus, like I've been talking about monetization, but one of the things I've repeated in almost every video I've done this week on monetization as a small channel is you're making the opportunity available for people to support you. It's not about bringing in a lot of revenue. It's not about trying to build your business. It's about making it available for people that want to support you. And as you grow, as you build your authority and your influence within the community, then you can start being a little bit more promotional with all the stuff that you're doing and start increasing the revenue. And it's also a small percentage of the people that watch your channel are going to be doing this kind of support. So the bigger your channel is, the more people that is. But when you're small, you're talking about, you might make one sale every 2 months of your merch. You might make one sale of an affiliate product a month if you're lucky when you're a really small channel. But as you grow, those numbers are going to grow. As you create, that's why one of the first things I did when I started talking about monetization was kind of the formula of monetization, where you could kind of understand it's all a numbers game. And the more numbers you have, the more conversions you're going to get. The more viewers you get, the more conversions you're going to get. But it's a building process. So as you grow, but it's also, like you said earlier, it's having those things in place so that you never know. My next video could be the video that goes viral for me. Mm-hmm. I want to have things in place so that if that happens, I'm in place to be able to capture those people and serve those people in a way that I can't serve with just my free content.
Yes.
And that's what, for me, monetization all the way around is about, is just having the opportunity available. If I do have that viral video, if things do go out crazy, I've got things already in place to where people can support me and I can do more to serve other people at the same time.
Exactly. And if you are just coming into the stream, just remember that you don't have to have many followers or any followers at all to start your shop. You don't, might as well have it in place, just like, there we go, James was saying, and just start now. There's no reason not to, because setting up a Spreadshop is free for you. The only thing that you pay, if we want to talk about the financial part of it, is when someone purchases a shirt, what you owe Spreadshop is paid to them out of the customer's payment. So you are not dealing with any of that side of the business. Yep. That's, I think, one of the
It's a truly automated business. One of the reasons I love doing the merch sales, it's truly automated. Once you set it up, it's there. And they even do some stuff because they have their own kind of system where people can go to their site and search for different designs, and you can be discovered and found that way. And people can even find their way to your YouTube channel through finding you on their shop.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the, once you get a shirt up or whatever merchandise you choose, it's passive income. You just talk about it, but you do have to let people know you have it available. Yeah. That's one thing I think is kind of hard, because you feel kind of salesy. You're like, if you want to support me, I got this shop over here, but they have to know or else they won't go, right?
Yep.
No, Big Dreams Homestead. We were just talking about you don't need to, you don't even need to have a YouTube. You can seriously start a Spreadshop for any reason whatsoever. This is available to literally anyone almost over the entire world.
Right. And that's one of the things that we've been talking about. Anybody can set up a Spreadshop, whether you're a content creator or not. Content creators just have an avenue of letting people know about their shop. And then the more people you're reaching with your content, the more people you can let know about it. But like I have links. I started my first merch shop with the Storage Scavenger when I had like 120, 130 subscribers. So you don't have to be that big in order to start doing it. And the only thing we did was we would put it in the comments in the chat on a live stream every once in a while. And I actually had one of my mods that had those links, and they would just occasionally drop it in the chat. And then we also had it in the description of all of our videos. And so now the thing with it is it becomes easier when you get to 10,000 subscribers, because then that's when YouTube, and we talked about this earlier, but that's when YouTube unlocks the merch shelf that will put your images of your merch, and they can just click a link and go straight to that piece of merch and buy it. So it's an advantage as you grow. YouTube will add that in, but you don't have to be there to start. You can start with just creating your own shop and just sharing your link with people wherever you go. You could do it, share it here on YouTube. You can share it on your Facebook. You can share it on your personal Facebook profile. You can share it in your TikToks. You can share it everywhere you go online. So you can share it on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, anywhere you go. You can share it in your friends outside of YouTube, offline. You can share it with people anywhere you go.
Yeah. If you are just coming in, be sure that after we're done here that you go watch the beginning. We talked about, stuff like kind of in order in the first half hour of this stream. So I do hope you take a minute when you can to go back and watch the beginning of this stream.
Yep. Again, if anybody's got any questions about how to create, design, or set up your merch, drop them in the chat, or if you're watching on the replay, leave it in the comments. And one of the things that I've been looking at with my merch is not just, promoting it, getting it out there, but also, is it something that is enticing, and is it in alignment with what I'm doing on my channel, as well as with the core audience that I want to attract. So for mine, I wouldn't do animal merch on this channel because it doesn't fit my brand. It's just like your shorts. It's just like the content you're putting out. You don't want to put something that's off brand in your merch because it would create a disconnect with the audience that you're trying to sell it to. And that's one of the things I'm working on with this channel is really coming up with a creative design that's YouTube related, because that's what my channel is about, while at the same time making it interesting for somebody that may not even be a YouTuber. So it's finding that balance. Like your bee, they don't have to be a farmsteader to like your bee merch.
Right.
It's kind of general enough that anybody could like it, but at the same time, it's very specific to your brand, because you do a lot of beekeeping videos, you do a lot of stuff. So there's that connection between you and your brand, but at the same time, it's general enough. And that's one of the things I'm struggling with, is creating some that is general enough while at the same time targeted to my brand about YouTube.
Yeah, I think that is a struggle when you are, because I face that same issue with the Adrienne Rose channel. Now, this is for my Farmstead Smith channel, and that's why this works for me. I would not put this image in my shop for my Adrienne Rose channel. I think at that point, you're going to want to do like some quotes of things that you say a lot, or some general, like I'm a creative or something like that. I'm a content creator, something that people can.
That's funny, because that's one of the logos I have, just says content creator.
Yeah. Bye, Matt.
Hi, Matt. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Brendan.
Good morning, Brendan. I just was watching your video a little bit ago. He was doing a video on TubeBuddy this morning, which we love TubeBuddy, so I always watch TubeBuddy videos. So you gotta do, your merch in a way that's going to connect with your audience, but also be kind of in a way that other people that are not necessarily in your audience would kind of be able to get it and understand it. Have you tried, or do you know of anybody that's doing well with just like doing like their logo? Like I've got my Inspired Tubers logo, and I've actually looked at trying to do some merch with just the logo, but I'm not sure how that's going to go over because most people don't know who it is because I'm so small. Now I can understand doing it like I see TubeBuddy and other companies doing that, but they're bigger authorities. As you grow, I'm sure it's something that could work. But have you seen anybody that's smaller doing that kind of merch?
Well, that's just often where people start out, and that's where you find out who your true, like, real supporters are, because they're going to want to represent your channel. So I think if you do have a logo, definitely do it, because it doesn't hurt to have that available for people who want to represent your channel. Because this is actually my logo for my honey that I sell from my beekeeping, and I just translated it to my channel too.
Cool. We're doing great, Brandon. Hope you're having a fantastic day in Vegas.
We like to try and help other small creators realize that there's other avenues aside from AdSense or being monetized on YouTube that you could start doing now before you have 1,000 subscribers. You could start doing this from 0 subscribers.
Right. And the thing is like each one of these things that we've been talking about in monetization over the last week are not going to bring in loads of money as a small channel, but they're bringing in a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here. It's giving you diversity in your income streams. So if something changes with one type of income stream, you don't lose everything. But it's also, I've seen other creators, by the time they get to the monetization point, AdSense doesn't matter because they're making more money through merch sales, affiliate sales, consulting and coaching, doing all those other things that we're talking about, and making more money than they're making with AdSense anyway. So, and most of the large creators that I follow, one thing I learned when I first started, and everybody always says this, AdSense is probably 10% or less of their revenue. But I see a lot of channels that are just so focused on AdSense that they want to ignore all the other opportunities for monetizing their channel. I mean, I'm doing a series right now. Part of the series that we're doing, I'm actually doing some series on how we do our auctions and how we monetize, because it's a monetization model the other YouTube growth channels aren't talking about. You can sell stuff directly through your YouTube channel. It's how I've been monetizing the Storage Scavenger for over a year. And I've been making hundreds of dollars a week doing that strategy. So, with a small channel. But you can incorporate your merch, and I'm seeing a lot of auction channels starting to incorporate merch into their sales, and they even will sometimes go and buy. And this is why I was asking about paying the price for. I've seen some of the auction channels going and buying a bunch of their own merch and then selling it directly on their YouTube channel through their auctions and through their live sales. And that's
you can definitely do that. I wouldn't go the extra step of purchasing it and having it shipped here, because then I need to ship it out. But you could just put in someone else's address in your dropship company, and then you'll be paying your basic price, and then it'll be sent to them. There's no reason to have it necessarily shipped to yourself unless you want it yourself, of course.
Right.
Have my own shirt here.
Well, I think some of them do it because, like, I got some friends that were doing it because they also, on top of doing sales and stuff on YouTube, they do live stuff. They do live sales, live auctions, and they're going out or they're going to events and doing stuff at events and setting up a shop at an event. So they're going to that event and they're buying some of their merch to take and sell at an event that they're doing live. So that's another way to use merch. That it requires a little more upfront investment, because you have to buy the merch and then you set your own price for the merch, so your profit margins or whatever you set them at, and then you can do that to get the merch made, get it shipped to you. And sometimes the reason I was bringing this up is I'm not sure, I haven't dug enough into Spreadshop, but I know some of the merch companies, when you buy in more bulk like that, they give you even more discounted rates because they only have to set up the printing one time to do that bulk ship. So they don't, their cost is lower, so they don't charge you as much for doing that.
That's definitely something.
And then you can, if you have some of that stuff on hand for doing that kind of stuff, then you can do giveaways of some of your merch and that kind of stuff as well, right there on your channel.
But I was just saying, you don't have to have it in person to do it.
Yeah, you don't have to. That's kind of a more advanced way of using it, especially if you're doing, say you're going to a conference, you might want to take some of your merch to the conference with you, or especially if you're doing some public speaking. One of the things that I've said over and over again, one of my goals is to, I'm using my live streams to kind of train me in getting up on stage and talking to people. And so whenever I go to do a speaking engagement, I might, once I have my merch, I might order some of that merch to take with me to sell to the people while I'm there.
And another great company, and this is not drop shipping, but if you wanted to get stickers or various other things, they have pins or keychains, is Sticker Mule. That's where I get all my stickers. And then, you have to buy them, multiples at once. But then if you, let's say you are a auction channel or sales channel, like you talk about, you can stick your stickers in your packages that you ship out as a way to further advertise, or you can just send them to friends or your viewers who really want a sticker, because it costs $1 or whatever to send a sticker almost anywhere. And Sticker Mule is a great place to start. They're a very easy company to work with.
If you made a shirt, would I buy it? Maybe. It depends on how good the picture is, Brendan. We would have to see how the quality of the picture is and what kind of face. Are you doing the YouTube face? Or are you, more, what kind of face is it? But
another thing about, like we were talking about earlier, that almost every company that you work with or could work with will likely have either a referral program or an affiliate program. And if you're interested in trying out Sticker Mule, once you get in with them, you can get a referral link like I just sent you, and anybody who buys something over a certain amount, you get $10 and they get $10 or something like that, $10 credit. And that's really the greatest thing, I think, about starting these things, because there's multiple avenues for you to make just a couple dollars or get a discount on something.
Yes. Yep. That is awesome. Yep. And there's the Sticker Mule link in the chat. You can check them out for a place to, again, take those same designs you're putting on your t-shirts and merch, and then you can just put it on these stickers. And I noticed they have stickers available over at Spreadshop. So you can do it all in one place, but the Sticker Mule, I've looked at Sticker Mule, they have more options available, the styles of stickers and stuff that you can get. So you have more options by going to that more specific location.
The benefit of the Spreadshop stickers is that anybody can just purchase it right away. And the benefit of drop shipping companies is not having to ship yourself. So anybody could buy it at any time, but having your own sticker inventory to be able to use wherever, or even give to people out on the street, sort of like a business card, but a little better.
You can put one on your vehicle, and then you've got one that you can give them out. And so, that's one of the things, like I see a lot of people, when I talk to people about YouTube channels, I'm like asking them, what are you doing to promote your YouTube channel? And sometimes it's not even doing things on social media or online. It's, are you telling people in your local community that you're a content creator, that you're a YouTuber, that you've got this YouTube channel, especially people that are involved in your niche? Do you have some kind of advertising on your vehicle? Like I have a sticker on my trailer that's for the storage scavenger channel. And because my trailer is for my scavenging business, I have a promotion on my trailer for my scavenger channel because that's what that trailer's for anyway. So we're promoting the channel anywhere we go with that trailer. And you can give them away. Like you said, we deal, being in the reselling community, we deal a lot with physical products. So whenever you're sending out eBay stores, throw a sticker in there. It's promoting your YouTube channel to your eBay sales. If you're doing Facebook Marketplace sales, give the people that you're selling stuff to a sticker that's promoting your YouTube channel. So, anything you're doing, anywhere you go, you can hand those stickers out. It's a lot easier. It's a really cheap way to do some kind of promotion of your channel and get it out there to people that might be interested. And then also,
you can even sell the stickers, too.
You can sell them. You can send them to other YouTubers. There's so many ways you can do it. I mean, I got a Christmas card from Danica Lady Luck Junk, and in her Christmas card, she included a sticker for her channel. And you can do that. You can also use them. A lot of YouTubers send them to other YouTubers because I know a lot of YouTubers. I saw this a lot in the woodworking community. I haven't seen it as much in the reselling community, but they collect stickers from the other channels, and I see a lot of them in their backdrop of their shows. They have all the stickers they've collected from other YouTube channels. So it's free advertising if you send it out to other YouTube channels and they put it somewhere where it can be seen in their videos or in their live streams. It's free advertising for your channel. So that's something that you might think about. Yeah, it might have cost you $1, but then it's being shown on another, especially if it's a bigger channel, it's another way to kind of show people what you're doing. So think about your merch outside of just t-shirts and things like that. You can do everything. You can do all kinds of stuff. Spreadshop has so many variety. You got Sticker Mule. You can order stickers. You got Spreadshop. You can do your merch on your thing. But like one of the things I like over here, let's kind of show. I'm going to go back to your shop for a minute. Where is it? There it is. Because like right here, she got 49 products available. But let's go here. You got t-shirts, you got hoodies, but you can also do the caps. I like that cap. I think that the bee swarm, I thought a great outfit combination is your bee swarm cap with the big bee shirt would make a great combination. But look, if you're running a cooking channel, you could do your own aprons. I mean, it doesn't have to be a cooking channel, but if you're doing a cooking channel, get an apron with your logo and stuff put on there, and then your cooking people can order your personalized apron. And one of the things with Spreadshop too, I don't know if we didn't mention this earlier. If you get into Spreadshop, you look at it, and then there's or at least I'm not sure if yours is set up to do it, but I know there's a customization feature in here somewhere.
Well, I have them off because I don't want people to customize my designs.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, they can kind of change the design, but with that customization feature, if you turn it off on yours, because I noticed it when I was setting up mine, one of the advantages to that is then you can put personal information. Like I can get that shirt with that logo and I can have my name put on there. So that's where the customization feature can be helpful, because then they can personalize it to put their own name or whatever they want on there. So I could, if I was doing one on like an apron, I could put my name on the apron.
Yeah, and that just doesn't work that way. That just doesn't work for every, design.
Yeah, not every design and not every brand, but it is an option that's available with Spreadshop, is being able to allow your customers to customize it to put their name or put somebody else's name if they're buying it for a gift for somebody on that shirt. So
that's definitely something you want to consider. If it works for you to be able to have people put their own names on it, definitely do it. But when you are making your products and your designs, you're going to want to go through all the options, because you don't want to sell anything anything that kind of misrepresents your style or clashes with the design. Because even though I do have the white outline, which makes it work on more colors, this design still doesn't work on every color. And you may have to have more of a design eye, but if it kind of looks weird in your head, just don't put that, because you want it to be the best that it can be, and not everything on there is going to represent you the best, or your business or whatever. So you really want to make sure. And that's one reason why I didn't want people to be able to customize anything, because they could pick a color.
Mess it up. They can mess it up very easily by doing
They can pick a color for their name that just doesn't work. And I don't want to be represented in that way.
Right. And I understand that, and it's a personal choice, but that's a choice that we have available, was my point I was getting at with it. So, and some people will want that choice and some people won't. And I kind of agree. I think some designs, it just won't work well with to have that available, but with some designs, with some people may want, if you're doing aprons or especially, kids' clothes or things, you might want to allow them to put that personalization into it. So it's a decision you have to make, and what fits with your niche and with your branding and with the things that you're doing. But it's a great way to, get out there, get the word out to more people about who you are, what you're doing. I love Spreadshop from what I've seen. I'm just getting started with it. We're going to do more videos on it as we dive into it and start setting up our own merch. Thank you so much for joining me. If there's any more questions that anybody have, we'll take any more last minute questions, but we're running close to the hour mark. So do you have anything else last minute you want to add in about merch that maybe we haven't covered yet that I'm not thinking about?
Not that we haven't covered, but I just want to reiterate to just start now and don't procrastinate doing this. There is no reason to wait at all.
Yeah,
you're not out
absolutely.
any money. You don't need a specific amount of subscribers, and you don't have to wait. Starting your own shop isn't being conceited. It's just being prepared. It's not self-centered. It's just being prepared.
Yep. And it's not being, you don't have to be pushy. How you present the merch is what makes it, whether you're a pushy salesperson or not having it available. Make it available and promote it how you want to. If you want to just mention it once or twice in a week, maybe you mention it one time in your live stream. Maybe you mention it every once in a while in your videos. Maybe once every week or two, you mention it's available in your videos, and just have it available in your descriptions so that people can find it. You don't have to be pushy and salesy on how you approach it. And I see a lot of people that are I know people that are making merch sales all the time and affiliate sales all the time, and they just have it in their description, and they maybe mention it once every 3 or 4 videos. So that's something that you can do. I'm excited. Just last minute, as I'm getting ready to leave, I got the YouTube formula yesterday. I started reading it last night. I got through the first 2 or 3 chapters, and he's a great storyteller. Most of what he says in the early part, and I kind of knew this anyway, is stuff I already know. But Daryl is a great storyteller. And that's one of the things that I look at when I'm looking at content, is not just, I'm trying to learn how to be a better storyteller myself. And he tells it in a really unique and interesting way. But great book so far. I just started it last night. I'm going to be diving into it in the next few weeks, as well as I read it and learn from it and start applying it to my channel. We're going to be sharing our results, but I'm excited.
Yeah, that book was just released, and I think for final closing, we have a bunch of helpful links below in the description.
All the things we've been talking about today: Spreadshop, Fiverr, Adrienne's channel as well. You can check out her channels. She's got Farmstead Smith, with her homesteading channel, as well as Adrienne Rose, where she teaches farmsteading community more about how to grow on YouTube. So make sure you check out her channels today. And thank you so much for joining me. This has been fun. It's been a while since you've been on with me. and I've enjoyed the conversation.
It was a great help to kind of get back into swing of things. I accidentally have been kind of taking a break a little bit, and
We all
life
have to
is
do
life.
that sometimes. Hey, I took a 4-month break last year where I didn't post any content anywhere on YouTube. 4 months, and I still was able to come back and go and keep going. So sometimes you have to just step back for a little while.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you all for joining us today. Y'all have a fantastic day. We will see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great day.